Hey there, everybody. Welcome, welcome. And of course, I've got it on the wrong side again. Give me a second here. All right. Sorry for the late start. Going upstairs is a bit scary for me. And I thought I clicked the start stream button, but apparently I did not. And Rumble finally started up. All right, so that's good. All right. And looks like we're good here. I unrolled this a little bit to take some pictures. Hope people enjoyed that. All right, so let me get this out of the way. And in addition to saying hello, Gwen also said it's okay, take your time, rather be late than bruised. Yep, though I did fall down at work yesterday. I do have an appointment with a neurologist tomorrow, not that I'm expecting much improvement there, unfortunately. All right, so I have completed a pattern and I'm ready to start the first move. So let's get going here. Not sure how long I'm going to be able to stream. My fingers are really weak today. 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. My arms actually aren't that bad. They're better than they were yesterday. Legs are also better. Remember, start off, you switch colors. 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And under there. Left side and through 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Goes to the top. I did send Megan an invite, but I gathered from what I could catch of the stream she was doing earlier today with Flux and I think IT Goatee that he was going to be very busy, so I'm not expecting her to show up, but I did send her the link. I'm hoping maybe this weekend or sometime next week she'll be able to join, at least so she can hop in and say hi before this braid is done. So in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And I do have to be up in time for a doctor's appointment tomorrow, but it's a virtual, so I'm not expecting it to be too much of an issue. We get to see if this psychiatrist tries to gaslight me like the last one. For my ADHD telling me whether or not I have it or not, despite the diagnosis. All right, so 4, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Though I'm no longer taking the meds that I think was the other guy's issue. And so I'm not going to make any assumptions. I'm just going to see how it goes. 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Down here. Then we have that weird one where it's 2, 1, and 1 on the right, but not the left. And Gwen says that'd be great if Megan could stop by even for a little bit. Yep. And when she hasn't been able to stop by, she's also been very nice at like cross promoting the channel, which is very helpful. All right, so in 2 and 1 and 1 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And she's been nothing but polite and supportive. So it's always nice when the people I do a braid for are really seem to enjoy the prospect of getting it. I think the ones that were the most enthusiastic in 2, and 2, 1 and 1, and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Ian, once he realized what it was that he was going to be getting, Rob, because he'd seen Ian's, Jeff, because he liked Danny's braid and he wanted one for himself, and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Danny also really liked hers. Larry really wasn't understanding what he was getting until I was able to hand it to him, but he said, like, when he saw it, wow, this is going on the wall of cool. So that made me feel really nice. Emily didn't really know what it was until she got it. She thought it was very nice, from what I understand. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. She did, I think it was a member stream, and I was able to watch that. But the chat got messed up, so I didn't get to see the chat side of that. But, yeah. So I've done 4, so 5, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And after this one, I will reset the gap and do a coma slide. But I want to get at least 2, maybe 3 leaves done today. In through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Just depends on how well my hands hold up. I did advertise this in all the usual places. So I realized I didn't bring up the locals chat, but nobody's ever chatted in there, so I can't feel too much of an issue with that. I did try and post the thing on the Reddit Kumihimo board, but apparently they have removed my ability to post links, so I didn't bother. Though my understanding is that's something that Reddit does every so often, and they have to fix it. So it's annoying, but it's not because I've done anything wrong. When you first start, or when you start switching the colors, do you skip the first threads? It kind of looks like it. Yeah, when I first start, I go in past the first 4 threads, and then I go 2 and 2. And then after I get to where I, like here, where I've got a color change, then what I do is I have to go in 8, which after that means that I'll be like 5 of one and 3 of the other, until I get up to where the color changes at my first pass through point. Then I do the go under only, and it's where I do like the 2 on the bottom and the 1 on the top. I'll try and swing my hand up a little bit here so you can see what it looks like from overhead as well. All right, so I think I got all of these done, ready for the coma slide. And fix the gap. It's a little warmer and drier today than it has been for the last few days. And I've been following the Angry Cops Buffalo story. I was originally catching him on Timcast with Culture War show with Bronca. And he mentioned something about the schools in Buffalo, so I sent a note to Megan about that because I don't think she watches Timcast all that much. And I was following the story and then the updates. And my Mrs. Torrin works at a school, and so this, what's been related by Angry Cops, does not really surprise me all that much. Disappoints, but not surprising. If it's something that you can watch, it's been on the Unsubscribed podcast, but I would say only watch it if you got a bit of a strong stomach. Got my phone case there. And left that up. Okay. All right. So on the right, I go through the gap. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And 2, 4, and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, this is move 5. And yep, I go up to the coma break. All right. So what I was saying about going in through 4, now that I've got past that point, now I got to go in through 8. So I'm going over 8 on the bottom, and I go under 2, over 2, under 2, and over 2. Let's see. So it looks like this. And so, and I'll do the same on the top. So under 8, which is 5 of one, 3 of the other color, and over 2, under 2, over 2, under the final 3, and down under the 1 on the bottom. So you can see here, and I'm also going under this one on the bottom. And then the top one passes through my opening, goes down to the bottom on the right. See, this one thread here is pinched in between. Let's get that out. Okay. And on the right, do the same thing, but I got, I do exactly the same thing on the right, even though it's starting a new move. Because I move over here first, I get one more in the color rotation before I do it on the right. So under 8, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And 8, and 2, 2, and 2. And I have one less read through on the top, but it's 3 on the end instead of 1. All right, so left side, now that I've gotten, I did 5 and 3, now it's 6 and 2. So I do 2 after the color change. Then I go under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2. Leave the last one up there. Slide this through. And the bottom one that I left, that one goes through up to the right. So I do the same thing on the top. I go under 6 orange and 2 black. I go over 2, under 2, over 2, and then under 3, like that. And under the last one on the bottom, which is what holds the edges together. And then the top one passes around that bottom one and goes over to the bottom on the right. Hey, no problem. Just trying to live up to our channel motto. All right. So on the right, now I also do 6 and 2 for 8. So into the middle, then under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2. Looks like I got one stuck between the coma again. Eventually, I'm planning on putting like magnets in between or at the ends of the coma so they'll stick together. Apparently, I didn't advertise too well because it looks like we've only got 3 people on YouTube. Probably everybody's watching Karen Reed recaps. They had apparently they had Buchanan on today. Buchanan. I'll skip the other rendition of his name. And I did see a clip of him talking about how the honor and integrity of their investigation, including the lead investigator, Michael Proctor, with the honor and integrity of the investigation. You don't want to answer my question? I'll answer your question. Or something along those lines. All right. And yeah, just one. There we go. All right, and okay, yeah, I'm just remembering how it is that I do the transition here. So 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. And Glenn saying, yeah, it was crazy. I'm assuming about the Karen Reed trial. I'm having a hard time watching it. Mostly I've been watching Nikita's stream and like fast forwarding to get to the where the trial wasn't up and hearing his recap because I'm somewhat emotionally invested in it. And with all the stuff going on in my life, I really don't consider it a good idea to be listening so much to something that's going to make me sad and upset. So just going for some of the recaps, and I might go back and like, listen to some of the stuff after after the trial's over if I'm up for it. All right. Just finished up move 8. Let's see. Glenn says EDB was flabbergasted quite a few times. The guy didn't want to admit that former Trooper Proctor was in charge of the investigation. Yep. They know he's a big problem for them, and they'd rather just ignore their problems rather than deal with them. But that seems to be pretty much par for the course. And Glenn says that's okay. The Karen retrial isn't for everyone. All right. So we're doing a batch of 4, and we're doing under 2, over 2 on the bottom, and just over 1 under, or over 2 under 3, or however I was putting it. Top. Basically, the last 5 threads. On the bottom, I go under 2, over 2, and under the last one. On the top, I go over 2 and under the last 3, and the last one. Two. One of the things I'm really going to try and do this weekend is get on Suno or something, or some sort of AI thing, an intro, lead in, an exit song or something like that, and maybe a swish or two. Because I really need to get this channel a little more professional if I'm going to expect people to come in and watch it on a regular basis who are not necessarily into all this at first glance, but who will probably be interested if they get a chance to see what's actually going on. I just need to hold them interested long enough that it's like, hey, that's actually interesting. We're starting to get close to some of the leaders here. I'm expecting I should be able to get this braid done by the end of the month. And then I got to start working on Aussie Overlord's braid because I am overdue on getting him his. I do feel bad about that, but whoops. There we go. If I wind up going on disability, I'm probably going to be able to do this a whole lot more. I'm hoping I don't have to wind up on disability because that's going to suck. At this point, I'm not sure where I'm going to be going in the not too distant future. When I fell at work, they were willing to let me stay, which I really appreciated because I've missed half of each of the last 3 weeks, and I need a decent paycheck. And this is not grifting for super chats because I know a lot of people who watch my channel are in about the same situation I am at times, and I don't want anybody's money that they need for something else. So I just want to get a large enough audience that the people who can afford to do it are able to do so, and that'll be self-sustaining. All right. And Gwen says, do you have a pattern in mind? Why is that much? There we go. Do you have patterns in mind for Aussie Overlord? I'm thinking that I will try and do like, I hate you, Windows. I don't need widgets popping up on the screen. I never want widgets. If I can get rid of them, I would. I have to tighten this up. Cross pieces wobbling a little bit now that I don't have it sitting directly on the ground anymore. It's just put feet on here. All right, so 2 and 2. I was figuring I'd try and do like a fist in a glove like he's got for the kangaroo. I'm not sure if I could get a recognizable kangaroo design in a reasonable sized braid. I was going to also do kind of like a cowboy hat like he picked up at Anime Matsuri when he went there with Jeff. And beyond that, I'm really not sure. I do have access to his Discord and Twitter DMs, so I think probably when I get close and I got some stuff, I'll send him what I've got and then see if I can't get some more input from him. And I understand, he may not have input because not everybody has that type of design brain. I kind of have it. But I really kind of need a little bit of a seed input. I think I've got enough to at least get started. This one here doesn't want to unroll smoothly. Let's go ahead and let's not under tension. Let's see if we can't. Get this untangled. I think I see what happened here. A single thread did not loop around. Okay. So let's get past that. Make sure we're actually unrolling all the way. And then there we go. I know you can't really see some of this, and I can't really get it into camera view without potentially tangling it even more than it already is. All right, let's see. Is that gonna? Nope, that's gonna want to twist. All right, so let's open this up a bit more. Pass this on through. Let's see. Any of the individual threads having an issue? Looks like there's at least one. Let's see, can I gently just... Yep, there we go. I don't know if I want to put a teeny knot on one of these threads, but I think we're good to go. Looks like it's... There we go. Let's go ahead and roll it back up. Not too far, though. Because... Yep. Let's go ahead and... Oh, feels like I did get a wraparound. Let's see if I can't resolve that. Fortunately, this is far enough down, it probably won't ever actually be in the braid. But basically, it's a single thread that looped around the rest of the bundle. And see if I can loosen it and undo its little loop around. I can see it. The question is, can I tease it? brighter light from you would probably help. All right, I think I got it loosened up a bit. Yep, I see it. Okay, let's figure out how it's looped around. Okay, so if I pass this through here and let this untwist, am I going the right direction or making it worse? Okay, I'm making that worse. Let's see. Untwist it until it is separated. Then gently pull back again, and yep, it's gone. It should behave better now. Not bad for barely even being able to see it. It's not quite Vanta black, but it's black. All right, where'd I pull that from? Yep, that. No. Oh, I was. Yes, that's where that one's coming from. So it's going down to the bottom on the right. Yep, there we go. Everything looks good. And let's see. Gwen says that's okay. Okay, already read that one. And do you have okay, read that one too. Did Kurt ever get his braid? I don't recall anyone mentioning it. Yes, he did. He opened it up, the box on stream. He said he really liked it, and he immediately put it in his background. So I think if you watch his streams, it's just over his left shoulder for his normal set. And Gwen says, I've had to deal with knots like that before. Yep, they're not fun. And Gwen says, that's a great feeling accomplishment. Yes, indeed it is. All right, so we're up to 7 people now. Looks like 4 of them are on YouTube, so probably 3 on Twitter. Let's see what it says. Yep, it's saying 3 on YouTube, 4 on Twitter. Okay. And how are we doing on Rumble? All right. Hey, we got 2 other people watching on Rumble. Hey, Rumbleites, if you chat, it does show up in StreamYard, and I can bring them up if you'd like. All right, so 1 more on each side. So 2, 2, and 2. Starting to feel a little better, a little less run down. Streaming usually gives me a little boost of energy. Over 2 under 3. And last one on the left side. I can go right to the color transition. Down. That one just needed a bit of unroll. And see on this one here, I just go under the black, over 2, and under the rest. It's a little hard to see. Let's see if I can. And it doesn't want to show there. Sorry about that. All right, let's fix our gap and do a coma slide. We've reached the fast section. Actually, I probably should do the coma slides before I fix the gap. Less likely to crack one. It's a little warm up here, but I got the fan in the window. Hope it's not too annoying sound-wise. Hey, Melee's on. Welcome, Melee. All right. And Melee says, hey, y'all. It's good to have you on here, Melee. And Gwen says, hey, Melee. All right. So we've reached the point where on the bottom, I just pass under it the color transition. Take that, pass up to the other side, and then go through again, but don't just go straight through, push down, and take the top, pass it down to the opposite rail on the bottom. I do this until I run out of color changes. Definitely need to do unrolls while I'm doing this. It would be going a lot faster if my arms weren't tired. Feels like I'm flying in from Chicago, and boy, are my arms tired. Yep. This one I don't have to do as much mental counting, so the chatter level is a bit lower, but I can go through it much faster. Yeah. I probably will wind up going to sleep a bit early because I think the extra sleep is helping. Not sure if the prednisone is or not. We'll have to see what the rheumatologist thinks, but I'm also willing to go on a higher dose if you could just shock me back into normal strength again. At this point, it's hard not going screaming into the night. But that's not really my personality. Okay. I see Melee's chat. I will catch up with it in just a second. Depending on how things go, I might try and do a gaming stream sometime this weekend. Got to bring in the table from the garage and make sure the controller's plugged in. All right. We are ready for the weird transition move from going to the inside and the outside. And we're now all, after this next half move, we're all orange on the top and black on the bottom. And then the next 6 moves are where we have it open on the sides. So from the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Leaving 1 on the bottom. And from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But I do not go under the last one on the bottom because that means I've screwed up. All right, let's see. And Melee says it might take time. It might takes time for me to interact with the chat because I'm at the gym. No worries on that. We're glad to have you here. Thank you. And Gwen says that's okay, Melee. Hit the like button between reps. And Melee says thanks for the reminder, Gwen. And Gwen says you're welcome. And Melee Cormier says how was the Karen retrial? I missed it. Gwen says, Melee, it was crazy day. Hope you catch the recap tonight. Yeah, apparently they had Mr. I guess I could refer to it as Officer Buck Cake, or Buchanan or whatever. on, and he apparently wanted to spend an awful lot of time, not willing to admit Proctor was even on the case, much less lead investigator. So we do 6 moves of this. Up from the outside, under, 2, over, under, over, and over. For a total of 8 transitions. Pass through the bottom of the right. From the top, over 2, under 2, over 2 for 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on top. Do not go under the bottom 1 or any on the bottom, because that will mess me up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. Pass through to the bottom on the right. The top, over, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Feels like I need a little bit more unroll on a couple of these. I'll just do that real quick. So the highest ones get a chance to drop down the most. All right, and on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. Hope you folks, or hope, I already mentioned to Gwen, but I hope everybody enjoyed the side view picture of the braid. Under 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should just say from the outside of the 2 layers rather than from the in between the 2 layers. On the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. Go. 1/3 of the way through this phase. 4 more sets. And outside, bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Melee says, for real, I'm not missing the recap tonight, but I might fall asleep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the top. Yeah, I might catch the recap tomorrow morning. Probably Ian's. Yeah, from bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on bottom. I've actually been thinking I enjoy this braid enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. I might actually wind up doing one of these for myself. Problem is that they kind of look like laurel leaves, and in the SCA, laurel leaves signify an order of very high merit, and I don't have that particular one, so just make sure I didn't screw up the sides. Nope, I didn't. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can show this real quick. You can see that it's actually completely separated at this point from top to bottom. All right, so under the bottom, outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. I'm going to try and see if I can go long enough that I can do a redirect to either Megan or Tug. I think it's Tug's turn tonight, but I could be wrong on that. And the outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see. Let me catch up with chat real quick, and I'll give the explanation for that melee. Let's see. Gwen says, at least Officer B changed his gloves between every piece of evidence, unlike the other witnesses that handled evidence in court. And Melee says, they didn't change gloves. I missed a lot. Actually, nobody changed gloves in the last trial when they were handling evidence. And apparently he's the only one who got the clue that that's not a good idea because you're cross-contaminating all your freaking evidence. And Gwen says, yes, it's Tug's turn. Okay. So I'll do a search because I know I'm subscribed, but for some reason he doesn't automatically show up when I go for redirects. The outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. But if I type it in, he does show up, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. All right, one more set on each side, and we're ready for the final move. And hey, Erica's on. Eric Olson is on. Let's see, Melee says, I didn't remember that. And Erica says, hello, Torn, Gwen, Melee. Nice to have you on, Erica. All right. And I mentioned earlier, but yesterday I wound up falling down at work and had to get somebody's help getting me to stand back up again. That was really embarrassing. Fortunately, I did not hurt myself. It was just kind of like a straight down on your knees type thing. And I was against something that I was able to like kind of lean against. So no damage. It's just really frustrating. And fortunately, they did not send me home from work, but I'm still pretty darn weak. All right, so from the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to try and do at least 2 leaves today, maybe 3 if I can manage it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then redirect to Tug's stream. And I think he doesn't come on until 8:30, so I've got about 40 minutes to go. I should be able to get at least 1 more leaf in that time frame. And from the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. All right, I got 1 more move like that, only where I do go under the bottom to join the edges. Then I'll do coma slide and remove my extra space. And we'll be ready to start the next one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and under the bottom. Set on through. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top, under on the bottom. It starts joining the edges of our leaves back together again. And we're ready to start the new rendition of the pattern with orange on top. All right, so we do our coma slide. And remove our extra space. Leaving the extra space keeps it from sliding down between the coma blocks a lot more than it would otherwise. So it actually saves me time, even though I have to stop and fix the gap every so often. I suppose I could always skip the gap, but it feels like a waste to me, and my brain doesn't like dealing with that. But there are options. I'm also considering making another set of blocks where it's 6 pins per block instead of 9. That would probably be a little bit easier. there'd be more space in between. Why is this one having an issue with it? Okay. Just trying to wrap around another one. That was, looks like that's all that was. Probably should do some on the take-up reel too. These leaves are about 1.5 inches long, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 complete ones. So we are about 13 inches long, maybe probably closer to 15 because they're a little bit longer than that, I think. All right, take up the reel. The D-ring should start showing up back on the underside again. Yep, there we go. All right, and let me catch up with chat. I think Melly said, "Hey, what's up, Erica?" Oh no, didn't. I missed these two. So it was Gwen saying hello to Erica, Melly saying, "Hey, what's up, Erica?" Erica going, "Oh no," to me falling at work, and Erica saying, "Have the doctors come up with any reason at all?" Nope, not a single reason yet. It is a source of extreme frustration for me. Erica says, "How is everyone?" I think I gave my rundown. And Gwen says, "It says 8 p.m. for Tug stream tonight." Okay, I will do one more leaf because I want to get at least 2 leaves done today, and then I'll redirect to that. And Erica says Tug, and Gwen says Erica Olson for redirect, as in that umbrella guy. And Megan Fox, who this is the person that Braid is for. All right, let's see if I can run this time through a bit faster. So we'll go in through the middle, 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I have to remember, since I'm starting the pattern, we do a color change. And in 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top. And the last one on the bottom because the edges are being joined together. Left side in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And color change up to the top rail. Now all the orange ones have their color roll, and I need to do the black ones on their end roll. So 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on top. There we go. Move 1 is a new rendition, whatever. Hey, it's Philip Martin. Philip Martin, hello all. And Gwen says, hello, Philip Martin. It's good to have you on. All right, in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Unroll. My arms aren't too bad tonight, but my fingers are really weak. So in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So they're not really wanting to feed through or do unrolls very easily. And in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And in through 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and move 3 is a bit weird. On the right, instead of going in through 4, it's 2 and 1 and 1, and then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I haven't really worked on the printer, mainly because it's in the basement, and I am extremely afraid of stairs right now. The stairs to the basement in through 2 and 1 and 1 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. The stairs in the basement are more of an open stairwell. If I fall, I'm more likely to hurt myself, in my opinion. So I'm trying to avoid that issue. And through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So we'll just have to What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and clean up the spot in the garage again and see if I can get Mrs. Torn to bring it back out to the garage. And then I will have a much easier time working with it. But I still need to get that feed rate. So I'm going to try with retraction and then, messing with those settings to see where I can get. Okay, so top then. So in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Oh, wonderful. Burning eyes. It's not even for anything fun like eating hot sauce or stuff like that. Though I have found that I've been trying to have a much less carb-heavy diet so that I can lose weight, even though I don't have a lot of exercise going on. So through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. The Wawas here have an option for a bunless hoagie, which is basically some sort of like meat salad. And I've been getting one of the local brands hoagie spreads, which is basically a bunch of pepper chutney type thing where it's mostly seeds, a little bit of pepper flesh. And that's been a really nice, the peppers are not all that hot, but it adds a nice kick to it, makes it more fun to eat. All right, so in through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Fortunately, I barely have to see to be able to do this braid at this point. Makes it a little bit easier. In through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. All right. So done 4, so 5 on the right. We still keep doing add the color transition in 4, so 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And at the top, again through 4 and 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. And then on the right, since we've gone past 4 with one color, we have to go to 8. So it's 5 of one, 3 of the other. So in through 8 and under 2, over 2, under 2, over 2. And that's that over here. And under 8 and 1, 2, 3 on top. And then it's time for a coma slide. And fix our gap. 1, 2, 3. Set that there so it doesn't fall down while I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. I think I need to do the take up reel. It's still in a pretty decent position. All right, let me catch up with chat. Okay. Philip said, any luck with the printer? I believe I answered that. And Philip also says, also hope you're well and doing better. Gwen says, has everyone hit the like button? Thank you for the reminder, Gwen. And Philip Martin says, absolutely, please take care of your safety and health. Yep, no worries on that. And he says, yeah, no good idea. Don't want you going down the stairs. And Erica says, yes, avoid them unless you have very sturdy handrails. Stairs are why I've been homebound for nearly 5 years. I am sorry to hear that. Gwen says, that's cool. Jimmy John says, an unwich, you get the sub, but they wrap it with lettuce leaves instead of using all that bread. Very good, in my opinion. And Erica says, diets, none have worked for me. Yeah, basically, I'm just trying to make sure I'm eating healthy. And especially with me taking prednisone, which tends to mess up my blood sugars. I figure it's a good idea to have not really a straight keto diet, but like not a lot of foods that have a high glycemic index. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there we go. So the next 3 are like this. So in through 8, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And one of them got stuck between coma blocks. Easy fix. Oops. There we go. One thread was stuck under the corner. Okay, and okay, so 1, 2, 3 on the top. And left side is 2 after the color transition. And 2 after the color on top. I got through more of Sword Art Online. I'm not quite done with the first season, but they've now gone from Sword Art Online to Elfheim Online. There's some amusing misdirection going on there. And at least this one, most people are not trapped in the game. There are a few that are by some malicious person. But the main character has the ability to like log in and log out now, which is a bonus. And 1, 2, 3. And looks like I got something stuck with this kind of block too. There we go. All right, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on the bottom. And 1 on the top, and 1, 2, 3 there. And on the bottom. And on the top. All right, left side here, we're done with, we're just doing directly at the color transition now. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for this one, 4 of them are the same style, so I need to make sure I know where to stop because it's not a visually easy spot to stop. I have to have at least a count to know where I'm at. And 1, 2, and 3 on top. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1 past the coma block gap, and I'll be there. Catch up the chat real quick here. Oops, Erica says makes sense. Melee says, do they test you for Lou Gehrig's? I believe they did. The rheumatologist did a lot of testing for autoimmunes. I'll have to check. At the hospital, they did a test for myasthenia gravis, which was also entirely normal range. And Gwen says, would the list of what you've been tested for be longer than what you haven't been tested for, or vice versa? I think they've done well over 200 diagnostic tests from blood draws alone. I'd have to go through the list, but I remember when I was in the hospital the first time, I had like 150 blood test results. Now, admittedly, they didn't draw blood 150 times, but yeah, they were testing for a bunch of different things. Okay, so 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top. 1 and 2 on the bottom here. And one on the top. I think I'll skip the Eye of Argon reading today, just because I figure I can use the rest. Also, if Megan ever does get a chance to pop on, I'll probably skip the reading on that show too, or stream. All right, and one on the top. Come on, you can untwist. Yep. And 1 and 2 on the bottom. That one's going to need some help, but I don't have to do it this time. I can do it later. And 1 on the top. And 1 and 2 on the bottom. And the 1 and 2 count is I'm going under 2 threads, over 2 threads, and then under the last one. And just over 1 on the top, under the last 3 there, and under the last one on the bottom. Somebody had a car alarm going off. Oh, speaking of car alarms, apparently last night when I got out of the car, I forgot to take my keys and lock them in the car, so I had to wait for Mrs. Torn to do a quick run home from her work so that she could unlock my car since she has the spare keys for it. I was only a half hour late to work, but that was embarrassing. But she hates the sound of the beep from a car door locking, and my car is an old enough design. You can't do the first beep and not have it, or first lock press and not have it beep like you can on her car. So used to be, knowing the way my brain works, I had set it up to where I would only lock the car with the beeper in my hand, because that way I knew I hadn't left the car. Oops. Something went wrong here. My count is off. All right, so 1 here, 1 here. Okay. Was I trying to do that one twice? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Great. Okay, I got to back up a couple. All right, so it's bottom there. So and okay. So I think I did that move twice. Let me just double check. If this works properly, then, oops. Let's try this. Yeah, okay, so that, and yeah, okay. So this should go through back like that. Yep. And this should go back through here. All right, that did. All right. And this is the move I missed, so I'm going to quickly do the one prior, which should now go back properly. Not quite. Okay. All right, so excuse me as I try and figure out what I screwed up. Okay. Okay, so that should be there. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so let's see if this goes back correctly. So it should go like that. And the orange one should back up where it's supposed to be. Not exactly. It should be up here. All right, and 1, 2, okay. All right, so this should pass through hopefully normally. All right, that one does. Let's go back 1 or 2 more just to make sure. All right, so over to, does this pass back through? Not exactly. Why is that one having such an issue? Okay. I guess I can't really do it with my eyes partially closed. Come on. All right, and let's see if I can tease this one through. Nothing like a little bit of a silk burn on your finger. All right, this one. All right. I think what happened is when I was starting to back braid, I was doing the wrong ones, and so I kind of tangled it up a little bit. So let's see if I can't get this a little bit more untangled. Okay, so I think this is all of this one. And all right. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's see if this one comes back the way it's supposed to. Yes, that one does. Okay, that's a good sign. All right, so let's see if I go back this way, should be. All right, so the orange one should come back up through here. Yep, it is. That's a good sign. If I go back, same thing on the left without an issue. That should let me know I've gone back past my mistake. All right, so this should just drop through to the bottom. Yep, it does. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. All right, so okay. Let's see. Looks good here. This is okay. So this is actually, so 1, 2, or sorry. Okay. So the orange one, yes, that comes there. All right, so I'm going to call that good. All right, let's try this again. All right, so this goes up here. I'm trying to quickly get back to where I was. All right, that's 1 of 4. And come on, there we go. Yeah, this is 2 of 4. This section of the pattern. And that's 3 of 4. Under 2 over 2. Over 2 under 3. And we're at the color. transition for our starting point there. Right, and also color transition here. And we get to a section I don't have to do counts on. Let's let this twist there. All right. Do a quick check on the side. The edges look perfect. Yay, we are fixed. Let me catch up. I'm sure chat is gone. All right. Let's see. It's been a bit. Okay. Erica says, I felt so much better when I was growing my own foods. It all went downhill after the fire and moving to the city, Phoenix, instead of boonies. I'm sorry to hear that, Erica. And Erica says, they're nice, but at least it didn't cost you a locksmith. Yep, that was definite plus. Gwen says, Erica, I don't even buy bread at the store anymore. And Melee says, I need to cook more. Erica says, I want to cook more. I just can't stand walk enough to. And Erica says, I finally got a KitchenAid mixer. The only wall socket in the kitchen, not behind an appliance, shorted out. I am sorry to hear that. And Erica says, I have the worst luck for little things like that. And Melee says, oh no, that sucks to Erica. And Gwen says, yeah, I have gotten cooking down to 5-minute intervals. And Erica says, the landlord said they had to rewire it. It's on the list, a year in waiting. Oh man, that really sucks. I'm sorry, Erica. Erica says, being disabled is so dang frustrating. Yep, I can understand that. Melee says, be right back. So probably a break at the gym. Gwen says, I got stuff on my apartment maintenance list. It's been there for over 3 years. The new guys never believe me until they find the work order. And Erica says, Torrin, that's one reason beside finances I don't do crafts much anymore. I get distracted too easily, forget where I am, and have to back up till it makes sense again. And Erica says, Gwen, I really need to find another place, one more handicap friendly, no steps, walk-in shower, etc. And Erica says, probably without rats and roaches. And Melee says, I hope you find it. I hope you're going to find it, to Erica. And Erica says, thank you, Melee. I keep looking. Most decent ones are out of my price range. All right. Actually, as long as I got the chat up real quick, I am going to quickly set up the redirect for TugStream. Let me do a refresh there, make sure I've got the right. There we go. Go to Edit, Customization, add a redirect, see who's live. All right, let's see. Yeah. All right, let me do my sword typing rather than trying to lift up the keyboard. Huh. Let's see if I need a space or not. Guess I do, because it's given me nothing. Huh. I don't know if somehow its redirects are not working. I apologize for that. Let's see. Okay, I see Runkle. I get a whole bunch from one thing I got called Old Info Board Yet. They have the exact same title for all their live streams, and they plan them like 20 of them out. They're writers, which doesn't surprise me. That's really frustrating. I'll look again when we get closer. Or when I get closer to being done. All right, let's see. And Erica says, thank you. And Erica says, I hope doctors find an answer for you and can help. Yep, me too. All right, so where we are in the pattern, I just go bottom under the color transition. Bottom one goes to the top rail. And then for the next half, I just go straight through and top one passes through to the bottom. I do this both sides until I'm all black on the top, all orange on the bottom. And then I'm at the final stage. And I do 6 repetitions where I leave the sides open. And then one where I do the same thing, except I close the edges, and then the pattern is ready for reset. I'll grab the keyboard then, see if I can't get a proper redirect. This is usually a fairly quick section of the braid, because I don't really have to do any counting. It's all visual. Oops. Looks like a couple of these I might have to re-roll just slightly and get rid of some tension issues, just to make it a little easier. Yeah, color transition. That one needed a little bit of a careful unroll. It did eventually work, it just didn't want to. And under the color transition, and some unroll. Well, I got at least an hour and a half of streaming a day, so that's not too bad. Didn't get as much actual life on the braid as I was hoping, but still, I'm pretty happy. No permanent mistakes. Not quite done yet. I still have a ways to go yet, really. But if you're heading out, safe travels to where your destination is, and hope you enjoy the Karen Reed recap when you get a chance to listen to it. All right. Last move before I go to the 6 non-mixed ones. I will do a coma slide before I start them, just to make it a little easier on myself, because I'm about to run out. So from the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And no longer change top to bottom. And from the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I don't go under the bottom at all, as we are opening up the edges of the braid. All right. On the slide. On the slide. Coma slide. Slide. Fix the gap. This is one I do have to count where I'm going to stop or reach my transition point, because there's no visual cue to it from the color of the pattern. happened here? Looks like a little bit of tension issues. Okay. Goes a little bit there. Still a bit on the take-up reel. That doesn't look quite right. So let me make sure it does. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one. Yep, looks like I missed something there. That did not look right. Let's see where I went wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick up the wrong one. All right, this looks good. Yep. All right, so let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, I see what happened. At least I think I see what happened. Oops. Okay. They should all be straight and in sequence. No twisting around, which appears to have happened a little bit. Okay. All right, so this one goes here. Must have had one that was still messed up from the last section, but fortunately, it's just a matter of untwisting them, and we will be good to go. All right, so that looks good. Let's try this again. Remove our gaps here. Okay. All right, so this goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. Pass onto the bottom, and this goes up here. That looks a lot better. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 past the gap. All right, so from the outside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the top. Still looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the top. And the bottom. So that means, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. Yeah, I think when I get a chance, I'll go through and just Unroll these, make sure the tensioning is good. Use super glue to fix any issues. Re-roll them, and they should be good to go for the rest of the braid. And this one's stuck between two blocks. There we go. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. I'll do a quick check to make sure I didn't mess up since we're halfway through this section. All right, looks good there, looks good there. Let me catch up the chat real quick. Millie says, thank you for the stream, Torrin. Millie says, in case I'm on my timer app when you're done because I can't have YouTube and the timer open at the same time, no worries on that. Erica says, the braid looks awesome. I didn't even consider that you could do a contoured braid. They're not that common, but yeah, there are some interesting contoured braids. And Gwen says, I know, right? It surprised me too. All right. Outside. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Still stuck between two blocks. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, I've got to fix this one here. I'll not fix it, but remove the gap. It's a little confusing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. Do not go under the bottom. That would be a mistake. I just checked that I hadn't been doing that. And the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And apparently I only got a third, not halfway through. After this next pass, it'll be half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. All right, now I'm officially halfway through. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 on top. Go under. The fingers are weak and let it go, but the mind says no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the top. Do not go under the bottom. And still pinching between the blocks. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't go under. One and a half more moves left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. Did not go under. Okay, one more move, then the one final move. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still pinching in between. That one. Next, we went over a pin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on top. And this finishes up the no under section. One more move and we're ready for a restart on our pattern. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the top. But now we go under the last one, bottom. And left side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and under the bottom. Helps if I actually go all the way under that one. Right. And that is the end of this rendition. So I went from here to here this time. All right, let's fix the gap. I got a second here. Then I will see if I can't redirect properly to that umbrella guy. I caught a good chunk of last night's show on replay. And I saw that Bruce, BBB, was voted the worst lawyer in between him and Gingras. Let's slide him as well, just for the heck of it. I can't see the chat because the stupid widgets are up there. All right, let's see if I can get the keyboard without killing the stream. There we go. Yeah. All right, let me catch up the chat real quick here. All right. This is where I left off. Melee says, I'm here now. I don't need my timer. Welcome back. Erica says, I like it. It look elvish done in leaf colors. Yep, they do look like laurel leaves to me. And Gwen says, welcome back, Melee. And Erica, colors. And Gwen says, gold and silver would look awesome. And Erica said, or different greens or yellows, orange, green, red. How many colors can you use? For this particular pattern, 2 colors. And Erica says gold and silver would look good. All right. Let me see if I can get a proper redirect. All right. So add a redirect. And why is it not typing? Thought I clicked in there. There we go. Apparently I have to type more and I didn't type enough. All right, so we are set there now. Let's just go ahead and save that. And probably a Friday stream. Not 100% sure on that. Depends on how I'm doing. And Erica's, there are a few that are not great. I don't think purple and green would look that good together, but I could be wrong on that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and head out, folks. I want to thank everybody who stopped in. And we will keep working on this braid. I might have a gaming stream this weekend. We'll have to see how it goes. But I hope to have the braid done by the end of the month. All right, everybody. As always, everybody, Stay safe and happy braiding.